What's going on? It's your boy Bowie here, back at it with another video. And this video, of course, is about Sub-Zero. This video is about some tech that I discovered, and I think it's a bombshell discovery for Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero uses his ice clone to stop characters from getting off of the ground. He can do this to over half of the cast. And there are about 9 or 10 characters that literally cannot wake up armor off the ground, because if they do, they'll get frozen. They'll get frozen for a whole combo, okay? Let me demonstrate this to you live and direct using our new boy Takeda. So here we have our newest DLC, Takeda, from MKX. As you can see, he's set to wake up with his armor attack, but off of any knockdown that Sub-Zero does, especially his slide, Takeda can't do shit. Whoops. I gotta do it correctly though. So notice the tech is on knockdown, you do forward 1 into clone. And Takeda is stuck frozen in place. And this is loopable. And I want you to notice that Takeda's spending meter on each of these wake ups. So the moment he wakes up and armors, he can't break the next combo that you hit him with. And this even works off of my favorite Serena combo. Look at that. And this is absolutely loopable, as you can see. Now, yes, you can block Takeda, certainly. And it's -18. But now I'm going to use my universal clone setup here. But instead of doing a clone, I'm just going to do the wake up. So yeah. Why does this work? So this works for 2 reasons. For one, it's contingent on the properties of the wake up that your opponent has. So the common thread that I've noticed with all the characters that this works on is that most of the wake ups are on the slower end. Typically they're no faster than 17 frames. The only exception to that, well, there's 2 exceptions to that. Smoke and Sindel, their wake ups are 12 and 13 frames, if I'm not mistaken, respectively. But otherwise, everyone else's wake ups are slow. The other thing that I notice, well, 2 other things I notice, the attacks move forward. So on some of the characters that this doesn't work on, the reason why this tech doesn't work on them is because they're stationary during their armor attack. They don't move forward, they don't move backwards, they stand still. So they don't get the chance to freeze into the clone. On all the characters that this works on, they're all moving forward, or they extend a hitbox forward that allows them to get frozen into the clone. And speaking of their hitbox, the armor attack has lots of active frames. Lots of active frames means more time to get frozen. Now, speaking of getting frozen, notice the ice clone is 9 frames. On the second hit of any of Sub-Zero's strings, notice the second hit of this is 17 frames. Second hit of this is 15 frames. Second hit of this is what? 16 frames? Okay, 16. 18 frames. I think this is 20 frames. So you'll notice that Sub-Zero's second hits of each of his strings, they're all pretty slow. But when you replace the second hit of the string with an ice clone, the ice clone's 9 frames. So it's fast enough to serve as an armor breaker. And that's what it does. So on a character like Takeda, he can just straight up armor break and punish for a full combo. And it loops. Just in case the opponent is hard-headed. So if you even think that they're going to try to wake up with some armor, it can't be done. Okay? So let me show some more characters that this works on. So you'll notice that Smoke's armor attack kind of leaves him stationary, but you'll notice that his arm extends forward, right? Turns out that's bad for Smoke. Watch this. Frozen. This is actually quite insane. So Smoke better not ever think about using some armored wake up on Sub-Zero. Ever. Can't do it. Very interesting stuff. Very, very, very interesting stuff. So let me try that again, sorry. Protector of Earth can't protect himself from my goddamn clone. Because he can't get up off the ground. Notice I did stand 2 clone. That works as well. Stand 2 is good because it's faster than the mid. And it has more active frames. So it's easier to hit this on somebody's wake up. Because you know, the attack sticks out for much longer. See? So Liu Kang can't do a goddamn thing. So imagine you fight a Liu Kang, you finally get a good hit on his ass. Matter of fact, let's say the boy, you know, throws a projectile. Oh, bitch. You thought it was all good? Look at this shit. You thought it was all good, huh? You thought it was all hood? Watch this. Bitch. Ooh, you can't wake up off the ground, boy. You can't wake up off the ground. You see that? So Sub-Zero can really hem Liu Kang down. You dig what I'm saying? Very interesting. Let me show one more character that cannot get up off the ground with this shit. So here we have Kung Lao, who has a safe armored attack that hits mid and launches for a combo. Yet against Sub-Zero, he better not ever do this shit. Or he will get frozen. He better not ever do it. Look at that shit. This is bananas. I was too soon on that. But as you saw, I was even able to do my universal clone setup. And hit him with an overhead. And you know that overhead is 24 frames of startup. Well, I was too slow there, but still. I recommend using the overhead here because the overhead hits people before they even get up off the ground. You see? Got to time it right, but you know what I'm saying? They get fucked up. So, off of the universal clone setup, Kung Lao can't do a goddamn thing. And even after, you know, a regular combo, so let's say Kung Lao's unsafe, you punish him on a dive kick, and you get this punish. You better not ever do shit. Because if he does, it'd be a grave mistake for him. You see that? Now, does this mean that Sub-Zero now beats Kung Lao in the match? I don't know. I don't necessarily believe so, because obviously Sub-Zero still has these mild wide gaps in his strings that Kung Lao can exploit. Right? So Sub still has to be careful. But what it does mean is that whenever we do get some advantage on him, he cannot even dream of waking up off of the ground. And stopping Kung Lao from armoring on the ground is a huge help for Sub-Zero. Because what it means, of course, is it means we're free to throw people. We're free to do mix on people. And they're afraid to use their armor on the ground. You know what I'm saying? And we get this situation even after our slide. You see what I'm saying? That's bananas, son. There's no other way to describe that. That shit is bananas. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Now, broadly speaking, characters fit into 3 categories. There are characters that you can use this tech on, and you can use it freely as you've seen me demonstrate in this video. So as you saw, Takeda is one of those characters. Let me list all the rest of them. So we have Takeda, Sindel, Reiko, Raiden, Smoke, Liu Kang, Reptile, Baraka, and I'll put Quan Chi. Oh, Kung Lao and Quan Chi. Quan Chi's a little tricky because what happens is his sky drop goes through the ground, so getting that juggle is very strange, but his armor attack's not that fast. It's 25 frames. Okay. Now, those are the characters that you absolutely can use this tech on. They can't get up off the ground for shit. Now, there are some characters that you can still use this tech on, but it's more difficult. Let me show you how much more difficult it is. Okay? So I'm going to use Tanya for reference. Now, against these characters, you can still use this tech, but depending on how you're feeling in the match, how well you've labbed this, it might still be better for you to just block their wake up if you think they're going to wake up. Obviously, the issue with blocking is they can wake up and throw, wake up, jump, shit like that. So you do this on a hard read. So if I try to slide and then do the mid, she's going to hit me every time. I don't have enough time. Slide is only plus 15 on hit. This mid is plus 15. Her wake up attack is 14 frames. So she's just going to beat me every single time. So if I try to use this tech off of this knockdown, I got to use stand 2. I got to do 2 clone. I'm happy I caught it that early. But as you can see, it can be tricky. Okay, I got it. So I got it there. Now off of a more advantageous knockdown like this, or the Christmas clone, or the universal clone setup, I should say, the overhead will work. And the mid will work as well. Let me see if I can get the mid. Jesus. You gotta be faster than that. Problem with the mid is that it's easy to miss the mid. So that's why I prefer this. Yeah. Overhead's better to use instead of the mid. Mid's good, but overhead's easier off of the harder knockdowns, like the universal clone setup. Let me see if I can show the universal clone setup situation. So imagine okay, not bad. But off of a slide, you absolutely have to use stand 2 clone. And you gotta have expert timing. Not that I do, because you've seen me drop this shit mad times. And it's very easy to miss time as well. Even though I just made it look like it's not. You're still better off blocking in the situation like that. But if you're really good at fucking people up on meaty, you might be able to get this down to a science. Now, obviously characters like Tanya are in the maybe category, so the first list of characters that I mentioned, including Takeda and all that, those are the characters that absolutely you can use this tech on. This next group are the maybe characters. So, Katana, Tanya, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Lee May. I haven't really tested Peacemaker like that. I'm going to throw him in the maybe category, but he could be on the easy side as well. And sometimes Quan Chi as well. These two are kind of weird. Alright. Now, all those characters that I haven't yet named, you cannot use this tech on them at all. They will blow right through the clone. Either because the armor is too fast for you to do anything about, or because the armored move doesn't move the opponent forward, or doesn't move the character forward. So for instance, Ermac is a character that absolutely you cannot use this tech on, because his armored move keeps him stationary, and I guess his arm doesn't count as a hurt box the way that Smokes does, you know. So here are the characters that you cannot use this on. You can't use this on Ermac, can't use it on Shang, can't use it on Melina, General Shao, Rain, Johnny, tisk tisk tisk, Ashra, Kenshi, Nitara, Havoc. Very surprised by Havoc because his armor's slow as fuck, but he has multiple hits. Geras, Omni-Man, and Homelander. Those characters will blow right through this clone. So don't even use this on them. Fortunately for you, every single one of those characters has a terribly unsafe on block wake up attack. So if you think they're going to wake up armor, you can just block them and kill them for doing it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so certain characters cannot get off of the ground. Takeda can't get off the ground. Sindel cannot get off the ground. Reiko can't get off the ground. Raiden, Smoke, Liu Kang, Reptile, Kung Lao, Baraka, Quan Chi, and Peacemaker. These motherfuckers cannot get off the ground against Sub-Zero. And that's some substantial characters right there. Like, people love these two motherfuckers here. You know what I'm saying? And the Reiko match is a very tough, chippy, lame-ass match. So it really helps to know that when we do knock Reiko down, he can't do shit. He better block. You know what I'm saying? That's a good thing to know. But yeah, I don't know where this puts Sub-Zero on the tier list. I think it helps him tremendously in many of these matches. It shows that, you know, sometimes the effects of a good buff are unseen until someone sees it. You know what I'm saying? Because Sub-Zero's clone got buffed and its hitbox got bigger, I think that contributed to this tech being able to work today. You dig what I'm saying? But all in all, that's the end of the video. I appreciate you guys for watching, commenting, asking questions and things of that nature, and just generally supporting me. I, you know, really do appreciate it. And I advise y'all to keep playing as Sub-Zero. Lab my tech, find holes in it if you can, come up with your own and share them. You dig what I'm saying? Or modify mine. It don't matter to me. But with that being said, I'll catch y'all later. One.